So player profile for Max Gawn in 2025. So I think he's priced at 668,900, and he averaged 124.1 in 2024. So I think that was the second highest average behind Bont, and obviously the highest of any ruckman. So yeah, based on that, and we know like how good he's been in the past, I thought a lot of people would be locking him in, um, but yeah, most people actually fading him because of his age and because of his injury history. Um, so we'll discuss that a little bit later, but right now I'm just going to go back through his scoring history. Um, so in 2023, he averaged 104.5, which is yeah not great by his standards. But I think he did have in round two he scored 0 because he got injured, and then he was also sharing the ruck a fair bit of the time with Grundy. Year before that, 2022, he averaged 113, but was sharing the ruck with Jackson. 2021, he averaged 120.8, um, again sharing the ruck with Jackson. And then 2020, he averaged his highest and the second highest of all time, 139.9. I think only Gary Ablett has gone better when he did 140.1 in 2009. Then 2019, Gawn averaged 128.4, and 2018 he did 127.5. Um, yeah, so obviously, I mean, we all knew already he's got the scoring history. Um, but yeah, people worry about injuries and age. So first about the age, I think, as I said before, averaged 124.1 last year. He showed no signs of, decline. Obviously, it's gonna come eventually, but I don't see any reason or any signs that it's coming in 2025. So yeah, obviously it's not ideal, but yeah, I don't think it's a huge concern. And then injuries. So he has had a pretty bad run with a couple ACLs, meniscus tears, and a few hamstrings as well. Um, but like he's recovered really well from that, and is like scoring like well despite that, as I've just mentioned. Um, and yeah, all the years I talked about, so from 2018 onwards, um, in all those seasons apart from 2020, he's played over 20 games, which yeah, I think if he plays 20 games, averages 120, that's going to be good enough. And 2020, obviously, there were only 17 games anyway, so he couldn't play 20. And he only missed the three, I think, with a PCL, but yeah, played on despite that, and yeah, still averaged 139.9. So yeah, really impressive that he can, come back from injury like that. Um, yeah, so what else? Um, he's been injured in the preseason with I think a fractured larynx, but should be back to full training in a few weeks. So I'm not too concerned about that. I would be more concerned about like knee injuries or something, but this one shouldn't be too bad. Um, so yeah, I think if he recovers from that, fine, and he's looking good in the preseason. I don't see any reason why we can't just set and forget him and Sherry. Um, next ruckman, I think next best last year was did like 112 or something, which I think was Marshall. Behind that was Nate Curvis, who did like 110. So yeah, I can't really see anyone else apart from those top two going 115 in 2025. So yeah, I would just lock them in, take advantage of like Max Gawn, who's got pretty much the best ceiling ever in Supercoach. Um, so yeah, like for captains and stuff, he's gonna be useful. So yeah, I'd probably just start him, like you know, even though a lot of people fading him. Yeah. So obviously comment down below, um, you know, if you disagree or whatever. and like and subscribe.